And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Griswold Middle School. Mike Minarski and John Harden. What's up, John?
How you doing, Mike?
Boy, this is the longest time or stretch of time that you and I have not seen each other since, July?
Since July, absolutely. We started doing baseball games together.
It's pretty crazy. So
I wrote you a letter, and I said, how are you doing? And now here we are.
that is true, This is how our little bromance started. Hey, I've got the lineup for the Little League All-Stars. And he sent me a picture, and we've been pals ever since.
There you go.
So anyway, we are doing Griswold Middle School basketball, and I think it's kind of apropos because we've been following the same group pretty much since July. You have, since Little League All-Stars, juniors, youth football, all three divisions. So a lot of these kids that you're going to hear their names today you're going to be very, very familiar with them. So we have Bill Hanley, who's the coach of the Griswold Wolverines for many years. They're announcing the starting lineup for Griswold at this point.
And we're about to get ready with the tip-off here, Mike.
That's it. All right, so I'm a little rusty at this.
This is Griswold Middle School Varsity. We just saw the JV team beat the Brooklyn JV team 38-22. Mm-hmm. So now we'll get to see Griswold Varsity against Brooklyn Varsity.
All right, here we go. Let's play some basketball, John.
Let's do it.
8-minute quarters. A little bit of a munch in the tip-off. The ball gets sent up to the top of the key, number 13. Number 13, Kazantis, and it goes back. And Cutter with the ball. And
did we lose?
Lamont, no good on the shot. Back to Brooklyn. Isn't that a song? We lost it again.
Did we lose it again?
Yeah. It's that connector right there.
It is that connector.
Okay, we're back. And it's up for a two-pointer.
So is that number 11 that put it in? So that's Peyton Wallace putting the first 2 points on the board for Brooklyn. So Colby Mills feeding it down to Aiden Cutter down at the bottom. He's coming back to the outside. Feeds it back up to the top to Lamont. Goes across court to Nick Waters, number 30.
You know most of these guys better than I do. So
I do. And we were looking over the roster before the game. I think I've coached about half this team in one sport or another.
Lamont flips one up, no good. And we got a scrum on the ground.
So jump ball between Nick Waters and Kyler Smith.
Nick Waters has decided to take up wrestling, apparently.
Why not?
Put him in a rear naked choke and brought him down.
There we go. Hey, we got folding chairs over here. So Colby Mills feeds the ball in back to Aiden Cutter at the top. Going back down to Lamont near the bottom.
Nick Waters not getting any chance to go ahead and penetrate. He's tried to run the lane but can't get in.
No, he's getting double coverage over there.
Yeah. Cutter with a shot goes out of bounds. Oh, there goes JJ.
There's it. We had a JJ. I don't know whose shoes he's wearing, but I don't think those are his. We've got Caden Kozlowskis feeding it back in.
Lamont to Cutter. Up to Waters, a long three. That was an NBA three. No good, but put back in by Kozlowskis.
And that ties us up 2-2, 6:13 left in the first period.
I think we're just going to find our wares together. You know what I mean?
Find our wares.
Out of bounds. Ball's going to go back to Griswold off of Brooklyn. Mike Minarski, John Harden, and Cam Staniski on the camera.
Cam Staniski coming in right on time.
Cam on the cam.
It's like a natural.
Cutter and Lamont kind of playing pass.
Able to get it back out to Nick Waters.
Ooh.
Off Colby's head.
Do you give an assist to Mills for that? Or
Mills on the noggin. Peter Kazantis brings it down the court, feeds it back over to number 23. That is Kyler Smith, who puts it up, misses.
They get their own rebound, bringing it back out. Kazantis. There's a long three. That was Wallace, no good.
Nick Sorrell feeding it over back to Kyler Smith, puts it up.
They're getting second chance shots.
You know, and really, if the varsity game turns out like the JV game does, it's going to come down to rebounds. And right now, Brooklyn's winning the rebound game.
That's first foul on Griswold. I think that was on Waters. Was that on Waters? We'll find out in a minute.
It was on Waters.
Yeah. Semino at the line misses the first one. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Excuse me. So, John, I think
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. I just want to say, I think these games are very important to broadcast, especially if not for parents or the fans of the visiting team, because right now the visiting team cannot send spectators.
Correct.
They can't send any spectators, so the only way they're going to be able to watch it is through this live stream. So,
and it's
we're
fantastic.
glad to do it.
Yeah, we're able to do that for them because of really recent health and safety protocols.
Yeah.
No visiting fans are able to travel with the team, so the ability for not only Griswold Middle School fans, but even the teams that we play to be able to watch the SNSN broadcast is fantastic.
Semino. This is his second shot, and no good. Rebound brought down.
Rebound by Caden Kozlowskis.
Kozlowskis all over the place early.
He's a player. That's a B-baller right there. Colby Mills puts it up.
There's
a
an air
long,
ball.
but Aiden Cutter comes. I mean, not Aiden. Yeah, Aiden Cutter comes
Aiden
down with a
Cutter.
rebound.
Oh,
Too many Aidens.
stolen by Semino, but no.
Noah said no. You know his first name starts with N-O, and that's what he just did on that shot, right?
Suvanants. His brother Jeff plays, and Suvanants gets the steal up to
Feeds it
Mills.
to Colby.
And a little double pump layup, no good. And Cutter tried to fight for it, but no good. Brought down the court by
Peyton
Wallace once
he's going to
again.
drive it all the way in. He's going to draw the foul.
It's going to be on Kozlowskis. That's his first. Second team foul on the Wolverines. 4:36 to go. 2-2 is the score here in the first quarter of play. And up and good.
Yeah, Wallace puts in the first shot. Take a break while the JV gets back around the court.
He's got all 3 points.
What, Wallace?
Yeah. Make it all 4. 4-2 Bobcats. I don't know the record for the Bobcats, but I know Griswold did win their first game of the season. Kozlowskis to Suvanants, a bomb, no good. Rebounded by Wallace. Go figure.
He passes it down to Semino, who goes back to the outside.
Whoa!
They put it up for 3, and
That's
that
a long
is good.
3.
Peter Kazantis. And that'll put Brooklyn 7-2 over Griswold.
Kick ball. That was off Peyton Wallace.
Middle of the first period, Brooklyn's starting to get on a little bit of a roll right here.
Yeah. Brooklyn has pretty much always been a very dominant team, in middle school play. The bucket and the foul.
So I think that was Kozlowskis. There was an oak tree standing in front of the table right there. I wasn't able to see the basket, but I believe that was Caden that put it in. Got it, drew the foul, and gets the shot.
So, so right now you've got Wallace 4, Kozlowskis 4.
And it was Kazantis on the foul.
And he gets it, so. (7-4) the score. Just under 4 to go in the first quarter.
We got 4 on one, 5 on the other.
Stolen.
Should
Semino.
be 5. There it is. It's 5.
Semino, Lamont grabs it on over to Cutter.
Aiden to Aiden. Back to the top of the key, Kozlowski. He sinks it for another 2 points. That ties us up here in the first period, 7-7.
Kozlowskis, all 7 points for the Wolverines so far. Kozlowskis
With the
bats it
block.
over, and it gets a steal to Mills. So on a 5-0 run, here come the Wolverines once again. Gets it over to Kozlowskis.
In the middle.
In the middle.
Able to get it out to Lamont on the edge.
No good. Brooklyn pulls it down. That's Peyton Wallace. Ooh, a little
Wallace
head
with
fake
Seminole.
there. And down they go.
A hand check. They're giving a hand check on that.
It's hard to drink coffee through a mask.
It's very difficult.
Not easy at all.
So we've got our first substitution here. That looks like big John Ramus. So Cutter gets the rebound. He brings it back across half court. Down to Lamont in the corner. Back across to Colby Mills.
Tried to step behind the three-point line, but it's only a two. You see him? He tried. He was
did.
But he was on the line.
He was looking. It was scooty, but didn't quite make it across.
So the Wolverines on a 7-0 run here in the last couple of minutes. Taking back the lead. Actually, they haven't led since it was 2-0.
Correct. So Lamont with the rebound. Little bit of leapfrog with Aiden Cutter over the back of Brooklyn on that. No foul.
Suvanats for three.
Excellent pass shot, and he hits it for three.
And they're going to get a quick timeout, I think, is Brooklyn.
They're going to slow that roll by the Wolverines right here. Wolverines just went up.
2.5 minutes. They're on a 10-0 run.
There they go.
Oh, how do you like that?
Silvanot's three-pointer. That's going to put Griswold up 12-7 over Brooklyn. So they're the Bobcats. I had to write that down.
Yep.
But you were saying, yes, the Wolverines are going into this game 1-0, defeating Canterbury last week at Dr. Helen Baldwin School.
Yep.
They beat them 40-30.
So just a 30-second timeout there for Killingly. And we're going to try to bring you the Griswold away games. There's 4 left here in the season. They have 5 total, so not counting playoffs or anything like that. But we are going to try to follow the team because we do understand that there is a no visiting team spectator rule.
So Wallace trying to get a three of his own, sails it wide, out of bounds. Griswold's ball.
I'm surprised that they went for a 3 right off the bat after the timeout.
Well, I'm kind of at this level, and especially watching that Canterbury game last week, I'm surprised they're still shooting as many threes as they are. I think we even spoke on the phone. I thought they would work on driving into the inside a little bit this week.
They do that more at the high school level.
Right. There was a lot of low percentage shots that were taken last week and a lot more.
So missed. Waters tried to put up a 3, but got it blocked. Mills
taken down the court, but then there's an interception on Mills. He brings it back. Feeds it into.
Tried to do a little give and go there, but double coverage on Kozlowskis.
And that was Cameron that pulled underneath.
You're going to call foul. You're going to call the foul on Ramos.
That was big man on big man underneath right there. So feeds it back down to the left side baseline, and there's another steal.
Semino once again, he's going to try to go all the way to the hoop, and a little right-hand roller, no good.
Fighting for it underneath.
Kazantis brings it down.
Able to
really aggressive.
Yeah, and actually able to give it to Semino.
Then it went over to Ramos and went off the tip of his fingers and back to G-Town.
And they lost possession of the ball, and it's now Griswold bringing it back across midcourt now.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Oh, thank you. I think it will be a little Christmas.
There's another 3 put up by the Wolverines.
But then Lamont's able to get the rebound, put it back in, and it falls in for another 2, 14-7 Wolverines.
12-0 run for the Wolverines. Brooklyn's got to do something to stop this, and we only have about 20 seconds to go in the first.
So it looks like we've moved to a 2-3 zone on the Griswold side.
They're shooting threes all day long.
Everybody is. It's a 3-for-all.
It's a 3-for-all.
And
the Wolverines come down. Let's see if they're not going to get a shot off before the end of the quarter.
And at the end of the first period, it's Griswold 14, Brooklyn 7.
14-7. And look at this. Here come the Griswold Middle School cheerleaders.
Oh, no mats. We saw mats earlier.
No, they're just going to fall right on the
hardwood.
Yeah. Coached by the lovely Melissa Stanisky. Good job, girls. Good job.
It's good. I tell you what, see the cheerleaders out here during the basketball game, it adds, something to the game. And I think, we've talked about it before. Sports, kind of were taken away last year, and this year we're kind of getting back to normal. And everybody's able to participate. We are in masks in the gymnasium today. Even the players have masks on. But being able to get the players out on the court, the cheerleaders out on the court, and kind of get a semblance of normality.
Hey, we saw this kid hit a home run at baseball, didn't we?
We have.
Yeah.
And Colby Mills feeds to Noah Solonuts right there. You still have big Caden Kozlowskis there in the center. Goes out to the outside. That's Aiden Lamont. Back to the top. Aiden Cutter, he feeds it back down to the middle. Kozlowskis feeds it back to the outside. Colby Mills puts it up.
Little floater. Didn't go.
Off the rim. That's a new one in there for Brooklyn. That's number 23, Kyler Smith, that came down with that rebound. He's a tall, lanky fella. And Cutter with the steal.
Suanov throws a bomb.
Sunk it. Nothing but net.
God, he threw that from Lisbon. Holy moly.
I think if they can shoot threes like that, maybe that's why the coach is like, keep throwing them.
Yeah. That's his second 3 of the game. His brother likes to launch the bombs, too.
Yeah. Right. So trying to come up underneath the basket, no good. Griswold was coming down with the rebound, but they did lose it out of bounds, so it's Brooklyn's ball.
So going back to the first period of play,
yes,
Griswold's on a 15-0 run. There we go.
Right there. So number 14, as you were saying it, Caleb Simino puts it in with a little bit of a left-handed hook in there for 2.
17-9.
They feed it underneath to Kozlowskis. He has the ball ripped from him.
Yeah, Simino stripped it. He's going to bring it back a little bit as the team sets the offense up a little bit.
They're going for 3, and they sink 3.
It's Kazantis. That's his second 3. So you know what? They're hitting them.
They are.
I'm surprised, that you're just at this level that they are launching as many threes. Oh, did you see him? He thought about it.
Almost wanted to put it up. So Lamont's going to put it up.
No good.
It's off the rim to the other side, brought down.
Kyler Smith, number 23.
Then Wallace brings it across. They set the pick on Cutter, go right back to the top of the key. He's looking for somebody, goes back out to Simino.
Ball gets out of there.
It was tipped and recovered by Cutter, who feeds it up to Colby Mills. He brings it back down to this side of the court.
To Kazantis. Over to Suanov. Look at this.
Almost the same spot he just made the last one. That one off the rim. Brooklyn comes down with the rebound. Wallace is going to take it all the way in.
Spin move.
It's going to get the points and the foul.
What a spin move by Wallace there.
So we're going to have a substitution here. We got Nick Waters coming back in for Aiden Lamont. And we have Mason Brown coming in for Colby Mills.
Yeah, Colby just picked up his first personal foul. It's 3 on the Wolverines in the first half. Nobody's really in any foul trouble.
No, we did see that in the previous game, though.
Yeah. Wallace has 7 points. That breaks that 15-0 run.
So
Subbanot's just kind of like it was kind of like a Hail Mary.
He did. He had people all over him underneath. They still able to get up and get the shot off. Just wasn't able to fall in.
That was Sorrell with a 3, no good. Subbanot brings it down. He's bringing it back to court again. Look at him. Look at him.
Little pretty good ball handler.
Yeah, he's trying to break his legs. Look at him.
Changes up his speed, changes his direction.
Waters trying to call a play, and he says, I'll just take it myself.
Goes to put 3 up there. Got a jump ball underneath. Kozlowskis and Kazantis. Say that.
Kozlowskis and Kazantis.
3 times fast.
No. Not at all. Holy moly.
So there's another 3 attempt. And that's Wallace with a 3. So that's going to put Brooklyn back ahead of Griswold, 18-17. And there's Kozlowskis with a 3. No, that was Kozlowskis.
Wallace leads all scorers with 10 points.
And there's a 3 on the other side by Brooklyn.
And they get their own rebound.
Rebounds. Nick Sorrell.
No good.
And
Cutter
Semino tried to get one.
I still am. I still am. I mean, really, you got to look at the percentages, of the 3-point shots. It's gonna mellow out.
That's what I was telling you, earlier, when we spoke on the phone, and then just briefly before this game. You keep taking those low percentage shots. The averages are going to start to work against you.
Is that on Kyler Smith? Yeah. Over the back by Kyler Smith. Non-shooting foul. Wolverines inbound the ball. Waters to Subbanot for 2.
Oh, and Noah gets another 2.
Nice little touch by Subbanot.
Impressed with his play this afternoon.
8 points.
So Brooklyn moving the ball around. They get it back to Wallace, who puts it up for another 3 attempt. No good. Rebound by Kozlowskis. Feeds it out to Nick Waters, who's going to bring it back across midcourt.
Are we going to come up with nicknames like we did before for the boys?
Mason Brown puts a shot off the rim.
It's his first shot of the afternoon.
So they feed it underneath. Oh,
it's just bomb day. Let's just throw bombs all day long here.
Hey, why is everybody going up and down the court? Just go to the 3-point line, shoot, go to the other side and shoot. Come on.
Ooh, he almost traveled, but he gets it.
That was like that delayed bounce. Am I going to go in? Yeah, I'm going to go in for 2.
Wolverines up by 3, 21-18. 2 minutes to go. Just over 2.
Oh, there was a pass trying to get underneath.
He threw it away. Look at that.
Oh, Kozlowskis got it. Trying to get it to Silvernon. Trying to get the ball back in, and then he exited the door, had to come back into the gymnasium.
Subbanot is going to take a seat. Aiden Lamont. He was going to the concession stand. He needed a soda.
He was going to the water fountain, get a drink. Yeah. Came back, call a timeout.
This is a back-and-forth ball game. I mean, these are 2 teams that really at this level have been very good. Very, very good. Griswold had a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, had that undefeated season. Brooklyn was one of them. 2 of them. And then they
I heard that Brooklyn's always had a good, strong program.
They do. There's a travel right there.
Travel.
Took that extra step there. That was Semino.
So, that's a travel. Wallace is, I think, slightly disagrees with the call, but no, we saw it. You called it. So Cutter brings it across Nick Waters. Nick Waters goes to Colby Mills. Oh, hey, we got some more substitutions out there. Went Uphold's back in the game.
Uphold, yep. He's back in number 21. He's a big boy.
And Aiden Lamott's back in the game.
Back to Waters. Oh, let's take a three.
Let's put it up. And off the rim for a rebound. But I tell you what, any 3-point lead in this game might not last until the next 3-point shot. But here we are. We're 1 minute from halftime.
Up and in. That was Semino?
With Brooklyn. So, yeah, they brings them to 21-20. But I was going to say, we just went under 1 minute here in the first half. The score is 21-20.
Yeah, they haven't changed it on the scoreboard yet.
So we'll have to figure out if all of those threes were made, what the theoretical score could be. And there's another three by Lamont. Off the rim and down. Rebound caught by Braden Brielle Jones.
Uh-oh, foul down underneath the basket. It's going to be on Griswold. Looks like it's going to be a shooting foul. Looks like looks like Semino is the one that caught the offense, yeah.
They said foul was on 2-3.
We don't have a 2-3. We don't have a 2-3.
That'd have to be 2-1.
Well, we're going to see. I'm going to give it to a poll for right now, but we'll see what happens later on. So they fixed the scoreboard. It is 21-20. Griswold, maybe the last possession. No.
Cutter puts up a three. And no get. So here's what we're just going to record.
I think at this level, they just want to hit threes.
Well, I was telling you, everybody thinks they're Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Except they have the accuracy of Shaq.
And that's going to do it in the first half. Well.
And after 2 periods of play, Griswold's holding on to a 1-point lead over Brooklyn, 21-20.
I mean, Brooklyn pretty much dominated that second quarter there, so they got the momentum going into the half. They outscored them 13-7. Pretty even around the board. I mean, it was led by Peyton Wallace. In the second quarter, he had 6. He's got 10 altogether. Semino's got 4. Kazantes, he's got a couple of threes. He's on the board with 6. On over to the Griswold side, not much scoring in the second quarter. They only racked up 7 points, which they had a 15-0 run, and they kind of squandered that.
Well, when they were actually moving the ball down, passing it around the key, and then when they would get caught underneath, they'd pass it back outside, reset. That's when they were having that run. And then the 3 parties started happening.
So I'll take a quick break here for a minute and just kind of let the cheerleaders have their spot. Hold on, we'll be back. Nice.
Execute. See, they're proud of themselves. Executed the stunt, got it off. Gotta love it.
The girls are pumped. And they just learned that pyramid yesterday.
Wow, one day.
Melissa came home and she said,
I got an idea.
Well, no. She came home and she goes, they learned it and they hit it.
Wow.
So there you go.
And then they just pulled it off here at halftime.
They just pulled it off at halftime. And they were pumped up.
They got, they kept their composure. They're out there. They're professional. They get it done. The routine's over, and then,
and the PA system didn't work, so Melissa just played it on her phone.
I'll bring my phone out to the center court, and we'll go that way. Hey, I know how that feels. I've been there with a phone trying to play music for routines before.
And the girls were just, So, good job, girls. But we got some good basketball here going on. We're going to go into the third. 21-20.
Right, so I'm wondering,
half.
We've got the JVs out here taking a little extra shooting practice, but I wonder what the coaches are actually discussing with the teams. We've talked about it. Like I was saying, when Griswold went on that run, it's when they were moving the ball around, passing the ball around, taking those higher percentages shots in and around the paint.
As your son just banged a three.
And then he looked at it. Did you think, bang this shot? Yeah, that was me. Everybody, I tell you what, it must be a newer thing in basketball. I tell you what, we had 3 points when I played, but that was rare. You didn't really shoot from the perimeter out there. Well, I don't think it's a difficulty thing.
Yeah, so kids get more eager and they think, well, if it's more points, then I don't see if I'm open, why wouldn't I shoot?
Well, I think
before you were conditioned, if you're open, also don't have to take the first shot possible. But now, if you get the ball, you're able to shoot it.
We should have to give Cameron a microphone, I think.
We do. Like, he just did like a whole 30-second breakdown of the 3-point shot.
Coach Cam.
Yeah, I swear I know more than the high school coaches.
Wow.
Whoa.
He just threw it down.
Wow.
He just
Did
threw
that just go
it
over
down.
the air?
Staniski. Well, hey, whoa. Staniski throws down the blade, man.
The opinions of Cameron.
The opinions of Cameron
are
Cameron
strictly his.
Are those not those of SNSN, our staff, advertisers, or anybody else really?
Oh yeah.
We should do a feature called Cam Says.
Cam said, hey, actually, that would probably be something neat. Have like a little pop-up comes up, Cam says.
That would be kind of funny.
It'd almost be kind of like that when they get that.
What grinds my gears? Little Peter Griffin action.
There was a guy on the radio. It was syndicated way back when. I don't know if they still do it or not, but he had an over-exaggerated Southern accent, and it was kind of like his take on what was in the news. Oh,
I don't know.
I'll have to think about it. I know I'll call home, ask my sister. She'll nail it. She'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now I'm trying to think of a guy. He would always end by going, "Good day."
What, Paul Harvey?
Paul Harvey, the rest of the story. Hey, Melissa, just so you know, those girls were all pumped up. We got it on camera and everything. And speaking of camera, Cam's got a lot to say, so we're going to start miking him up, I think. Yeah.
They were very happy that they hit because they didn't hit during the JV.
Yeah.
They were a little bit embarrassed that they didn't hit. So they're very excited that they hit.
Although they were pumped up.
Yeah.
They were absolutely pumped up. So we had I had a little instance of we had a parent came over before the game, started talking. We're talking about like how, this is the COVID is still affecting parents of athletes going over to see the games, whether it's middle school or high school, and it's going to go on. And you know what, folks, whatever, don't blame the schools. The schools really are doing nothing but following directives set by the health department. state, local, and everything. All they are doing. Hey, look, it's Jan D'Amico from Jewett City Greenhouse and Florist. Hey, that banana bread, that pumpkin bread was unreal. Yeah, I know.
That banana bread was great. And she goes, it was pumpkin.
I switched to pumpkin, but there's me, Mike, Mr. Attention Deficit Disorder. I just can't seem to stay on topic. But you know what? It's not the coach's fault. It's not the athletic director's fault. In any school, they got nothing to do with it. So, if you can't get to the game, don't blame them. Don't blame your school. They're doing the best they can, with the directives that they are given. Right? Right. So lay off them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the coaches have nothing to do with it. I'm sure.
I don't work for the high school. Neither do you.
No.
So.
I would say as a taxpayer, they work for me.
Yeah.
But the referees have nothing to do with it. The coaches have nothing to do with it. I'm sure if the coaches had their way, they'd want this place packed. Home field advantage, home court advantage.
Well, anyway, one of the girls' game is being played today, played up in Brooklyn, and one of the parents came down to this game. She went up to Brooklyn to watch the game. They wouldn't let her in. She couldn't see her daughter. She was sitting here telling me how destroyed she was. So let's go.
So starting off the third period, Colby Mills into Aiden Cutter. Nick Waters underneath, feeding it back into the middle. It's intercepted and stolen.
Kazantis again.
Kazantis, who gets it? Hey, it's like the normal cast of characters.
Yep.
Wallace.
Travel. I'm going to call that.
Sorrell, who got back down.
Did they call it a Sorrell?
No, to
Wallace.
Smith underneath.
Oh, all right. They called the travel on Wallace.
Which is a loss of possession back. Nick Waters bringing it across half court. All the way down to Cutter in the corner for three. And it's in. I'm just going with it now, Mike.
Yeah. Boys, just hit the threes. We don't care. We don't care. And that's Aiden's first points of the day. So
there's another three attempt, and it's good.
Kazantis
with a three.
He's 3 for 3 from three-point land.
A three from the top of the key. My mask is going in my mouth.
Is it delicious?
No. It tastes like medical.
Give and go.
Hey,
Kobe
look at that.
Mills.
Little layout, like old school basketball there.
Yeah.
But it worked for 2 points.
There's something to be said for that bounce pass.
Oh! That was only 2.
That was
So
Sorrell.
Sorrell was not able to join the 3-point party.
Griswold's got a quick timeout, even though they get the 3-point lead. They want to slow things down a little bit.
It was starting to move pretty quick there down the court.
If Hanley didn't call a timeout, the Brooklyn coach was going to.
Right, because we're still 26-25, still a 1-point deficit. We're just a few points over where we were at halftime.
Was this a TV timeout?
It'd be a 30-second TV timeout. Where's the big guy with the oven mitt? That's how you know it's a TV timeout. You've seen that in the NFL games?
Oh, yeah.
The big, international orange oven mitt.
Oh, my God.
Wouldn't you like to have that power? Like if one of your sponsors had a spot and you had an oven mitt and you could put it up and they stopped the game.
Don't laugh. It might get to that someday with the whole streaming thing.
Right, so there's Colby Mills feeds it underneath to Kozlowskis, who gets back to the outside to Nick Waters, puts the shot up off the backboard in the rim. Rebound by Kozlowskis, who puts it in. He misses. Brought down by Colby Mills, who goes back to the outside. He shoots it off the rim.
Kozlowskis back to Waters.
To Cutter.
They had 4
to
second chance shots there.
But at least they were getting the rebounds.
Ooh.
Oh, nice move there. Kozlowskis puts
beautiful.
It in for 2.
To drive into the hoop a little bit more, and I think that's something that Hanley may have gone over with them during that timeout because they were just throwing bombs almost at over and back, too.
Right. Little soft touch underneath. What's the foul on that?
On Cutter?
Oh, really?
That was a cheap foul.
That's
a cheapie. It's a non-shooting foul, but
Oh, Nick Waters intercepts the pass. Not able to maintain possession. Takes it out of bounds. It remains in Brooklyn's hands.
That's actually Cutter's second foul.
Uh-oh.
28-25 the score in the third. And why not we just continue
Just
the
keep up
threes?
Peyton Wallace with another 3 of his own. So we are, 28-27.
It's back and forth, back and forth.
So who can shoot more threes than the other guy?
That's what's happening.
Right? So Colby Mills back to Cutter on the outside for 3. No good. And Griswold doesn't come down with the rebound. Kyler Smith comes down with it, feeds it back out to Peyton Wallace.
They're looking to take the lead.
Kazantis back to Wallace for 3.
No good.
Off the rim, but Kazantis is able to come down with the rebound, feeds it back to the outside. There's Sorrell as he's going down, feeds it underneath, back to the outside. That is Semino.
Oh,
he
almost got clotheslined and still gets the hoop.
And he gets it off the backboard in for 2.
That's 6 points for Semino. Bobcats, they have the lead, 29-28.
Yeah, they just went up by 1. So Kozlowskis down to Lamont in the corner, puts it up. That'll be 2. So Griswold goes back up by 1, 30-29.
It's a seesaw contest. Back and forth.
Like the definition of back and forth.
Yeah.
So Semino was driving underneath. 30 wide. Oh,
that's Waters.
Waters got him with the knee.
That's his second. So nobody really in foul trouble for the Wolverines, but Aiden Cutter and Nick Waters both have 2. Suvanot's back in the game, going to pass it over Lamont's head.
Right into the bleachers. So that goes out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
So I think we should see. We're going to start doing nicknames. Like Noah Suvanot's. I know a guy.
Sure.
Oh, nice steal by Mills. And passes
to bounce
it
pass
right
Lamont underneath
into Kazantis' hands.
Kazantis to Wallace.
Munched.
Tries to feed it back underneath. No good. Kazantis gets it to Cutter. Cutter feeds it to Sobanov, and he puts it down for 2.
I know a guy.
And Griswold calls the time. And it's a 60-second timeout.
Full timeout. 32-29. All right, so let's do some nicknames here. Let's see.
Nicknames.
Let's see. So
wow, just like that, come up with nicknames? I thought nicknames were one of those, it was like spontaneous, like as something happened.
Colby General Mills.
Oh, come on.
No. You don't like my nicknames?
I don't like that one.
Okay.
I've liked your nicknames in the past.
How about Governor Aiden Lamont?
That's kind of clever. I like that one.
But that may tick off his parents if they're not a.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like
what are you doing, man?
You got to be careful. You start treading into those types a lot. So why don't you just call him the governor?
The governor. We could do that.
Why not?
We
had
actually
Darth Remo in football.
Yep.
I don't know if he's a Star Wars fan or not. He might like Star Trek, but started calling him Darth the Sith Lord. So Brooklyn's bringing it in after the timeout. That's Semino to Kazantis.
And they're going to call another foul. Looks like
foul on Colby Mills.
That's his second.
Blocking.
So I noticed in the second half here, the whistles are a little more tricky. They're on the little trigger finger a little bit.
They are much quicker with the whistles here. And it hasn't been like a bad game. It's not like you have to get this game back under control. So
Suvanot's nice little give and go, but
Lamont not able to get it in.
The governor.
You're already working it in.
I'm working it.
So ball goes out of bounds. Remains in Griswold possession. Cutter feeds it into Kozlowskis. Kozlowskis back to Cutter. to Waters, to Cutter, to Kozlowskis, off the
Nice.
backboard for 2.
You know, I mean, right now they're just playing. You know, the Wolverines are playing just good, clean basketball right now.
And why not? If it's working for you, put it. There's a 3.
Oh,
Kazantis with 3.
He has 4 threes.
4 threes. That's like algebra. What is that? 12 points? Sheesh.
3x equals 12.
It's
What
all-
is X?
Yeah. How do you do math with letters for real, man? So Silva not.
Don't do
staying
it.
on that
Don't
pivot
do it.
foot, able to get it.
Nick Waters has got
Oh, the pass is intercepted by Semino. He's going to
Semino.
bring it all the way down. Cutter's in his way, but
Got it
Semino's
anyway.
able to put it in for 2.
Tie score.
Ties us up.
34 up.
So Cutter feeds it over to Kozlowskis, down to Lamont, down in the corner near the baseline. He comes back to the top of the key, passes it to Nick Waters, who's at the 3, down to Sovanats, puts it up for 3, and it's good.
I know a
He
guy.
should be close to that as well.
He has 3 threes.
So 30-second time.
Suvanants has 13 points off the
I
bench.
think the referee knew somebody called timeout. Which one? So it's a 30-second for Brooklyn, I believe. Is what.
Okay. Yeah, so 13 points for Suvanants. That's off the bench.
I said it in the first half. I've been impressed with his play today.
Kozlowskis with 11.
I told you Kozlowskis can play ball. He's a baller. And
And,
his dad was a basketball player.
Peyton Wallace, 13 for Brooklyn, and Kazantis with 12.
Off 4 threes?
Yeah. Four threes.
But there's actually a lot of fantastic athletes on this Griswold team. Griswold's lucky to have this crew that they have between their JV and their varsity squads. So there'll be some continuity even going into next season. So Semino to Wallace to Kazantis, who tried to get another 3. So there's Sam Anderson coming off the bench, getting into the jump ball with Lamont. Possession goes to Brooklyn. So Kazantis, just right over.
Suvanants on
To
over to
Lamont.
Lamont.
It was tipped by 11. Did Lamont touch it?
No, he did not, so it should be Griswold ball. Yeah.
It is. There we go.
It
It
was
was tipped.
It was tipped by Wallace, and Lamont didn't hit it.
He kind of put his arms behind his back like,
Yep, I'm not touching it.
so
Runs the
Lamont
baseline
dribbles
to
back.
kinda clear it
underneath.
out.
Yeah. Kozlowskis to the top. Back down underneath the Sovanats. Puts it in for 2.
Suvanants.
Love it.
Back up to a 5-point lead for the Wolverines.
Ooh, trying to get underneath is Brooklyn. Anderson was able to
Almost.
keep it from going out of bounds, put it up, missed the
Kozlowskis
shot.
gets it down to Lamont, the governor, bringing it across.
Everybody clears out, sets up on the other side. Sovanats passes to Kozlowskis, who was looking and
he just got stripped.
Yeah.
Got stripped by Semino. He
Had
knew it too.
Had a moment where he wasn't paying attention, and Semino came right in there and stripped the ball.
39-34 is the score. 49.8 to go in the third period. And Kozlowskis just got slapped with his second foul.
And we've got Carson Hunt coming into the game. Well, he was coming into the game. Is he coming into the game? He is coming into the game. So Kozlowskis is going to go take a seat. Hunt is in, and Brooklyn hits a 3.
That was a 3?
That was a 3.
And that was Kazantis. 15 points, 5 threes. You imagine what he's going to do in high school at Killingly if he goes there?
Right. Kazantis missed 3s. That's his name.
Yeah.
So Semino down to Wallace. Back to Semino. Ooh, he looked like he was going to put it up. Oh, he was able to come underneath. How did we lose coverage on that? You had 2 players on him. And Semino's able to get in between them, but no harm, no foul, no shot there.
Right now, they're just, Suvanants is hot. He's hot right now, so
from
not?
midcourt at the buzzer. Ball short into the third period. Griswold 41, Brooklyn 37.
Yeah, I mean, Suvenant's off the bench now. I mean, just in that third quarter, because he did not start this ball game. 9 points in the third, 5 in the second, and 3 in the first. So we got 9 for. He's got 17 points. It's a nice little bag of buckets.
That's a nice chunk. When you got a 41-point game, yeah.
And Kazantis leads the scoring for Brooklyn with an amazing 5 threes.
5 threes. I'm going to start keeping a tickler for every 3 that's attempted, made, and missed. I'm going to make a little chart on my pad next time.
So we look around and we see that the fans that are in attendance here today are Griswold. Brooklyn, they weren't allowed to send any fans because they can't have any visiting fans. So we feel for you guys. We hope you're watching us on the stream. We did give the information to the Brooklyn Middle School principal. Hopefully that information got out to you and you're able to watch this ball game today. So Mills is going to inbound it, probably right out of the.
So here we are, fourth period, 8 minutes left, Mike. So we're almost back to a starting line.
Colby's pretty intense, isn't he?
Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah, absolutely.
Turnaround 3, no good.
Griswold gets the rebound, puts it back up, still no good.
Kazantis.
Able to come down with the second rebound, turns around, gets it in for 2.
He's got 13.
As a center. What was that? We got a block. Block on who? 12? Oh, Solonar.
Noah, come
on. Isn't that a perfect name, like when you're disappointed? Noah.
Yeah, it is. See, we've been able to say like his brother's name for the last few years, right? Solonar.
So Semino was trying to get up, but there was a wall of Kozlauskas. It wasn't able to penetrate it. Didn't get the shot off. Griswold got the ball, brought it down. They were not able to score. So Brooklyn's coming back down to their end of the court, coming underneath. There's a foul call probably going to be on Kozlauskas.
No, 3. They called it on Lamont.
How is that even possible?
I don't even know. I didn't even know he was in the
Did
vicinity.
They really call that on 3?
They called that on the governor.
Oh, no.
And one scoreboard has gone dark.
Mystery. It's back. It's like, what was that movie Airplane? They got the plug.
Just kidding.
Able to get the shot. So there's Wallace. Get his foul shots in, brings the score 43-38. I was surprised because as soon as they called that foul, I was immediately putting it against Caden. And then, no, they put it against Aiden, who just puts it up for the shots. No good.
Little roller off his fingertips. Didn't hit. 5-point lead for the Wolverines. Just under 7 to go in the game.
So they go to Sorrell, who's fighting to get underneath. And they do give it to Griswold on the ball out of bounds. So Lamont feeds it into Cutter. Cutter brings it across midcourt. Everybody's getting into positions, feed it into Kozlauskas. Down to Sylvanos, back to Cutter. Down to Sylvanos. Brings it in, puts the shot up, and he hits another one.
Floater.
Dude, just feed that ball to number 12.
19. Off the bench.
That's why you don't see him on the bench anymore. There's another 3. Off the rim. Brooklyn gets the rebound, they're able to put it up.
But Kyler Smith put it in.
Whoa. Little miscommunication there between Lamont and Noah. Goes out of bounds. Griswold loses possession. Brooklyn's going to feed it in. That is Nick Sorrell to Semino.
Nope. Out of bounds.
Tried to feed it underneath to Kyler Smith, out of bounds. But it must have touched the
It must have
Wolverine.
touched the Wolverine. I don't know which one, but
It would have to be a foot.
Sorrell.
So there's Lamont coming down with the rebound. Cutter feeds it back underneath. Shots up. Oh! Just off the back of the rim and no good. Wow, Griswold fighting for the ball back.
Mills
for
No good.
3 off the rim.
And they're going to call Kozlowskis over the back. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's 3. That's all right. There's only five and change left in the game. So, but I think that's going to put Brooklyn in the bonus. 1-1.
That's not fair. Like when you're an 8th grader and you're already like 6 foot tall, you're just naturally over the back of some people.
I don't think it really matters. Look at the ref. He's 6'8".
Right. But there's Kozlowskis going in. WJ Oconee comes in.
We haven't seen WJ all day.
Nope. This is our first Oconee sighting.
I don't know
So
what
the
they
foul
did
shot
there.
was no good. No, the foul shot was no good.
But it was 1-1, so.
That's what he did say. So they feed the cutter underneath, who holds it back to Colby Mills, who's going to come
a little
back out
no-look pass.
to Lamont.
Oh, launch it.
Yeah, why not?
Suvanats tried to set a
He
pick.
tried to set the pick.
But you gotta
They're going to do a little back pass to Suvanats. But it wasn't able to fall in. Sorrell gets it.
Mills.
And then Mills steals it,
And he's
tried to
gonna
get
throw
it
it
back
away.
down, and it's going to go out of bounds. There's Suvanats again. He's finding those doors, whichever end of the court.
He almost ended up in the custodian's closet there.
He was taking a broom with him.
I hear they're looking for workers here.
Yeah. Do a little double duty. Ooh, long pass. And my pin just got caught around my cord.
Oconee with
with
the
the steal.
Hands it to Lamont.
Oh!
And they're going to give a
They're going to
reach.
get a reach on Semino
Semino.
right there. It was almost like a kidney shot.
What are we, cage fighting? Let's get it on.
I was going for the ball. His kidney just got in the way.
So how do you like this basketball thing?
Basketball's all right. Oh, there's a trip.
Oh.
So they're going to get Semino with the trip.
Do you see
Oh,
Suvanats? You see Suvanats? Like, all right, who did that?
Yeah.
He's looking around.
I got you. I'll see it. Yeah.
That's Semino's second foul. Oh, why not? He's wide open.
Oh! Lamont hits the 3.
And that's
The governor with 3.
all by
Long
himself,
pass.
Sorrell. And they'll step behind the 3 line and hit.
And he hits a 3.
We're trading threes again.
So I see your 3. I call your 3. And I'll raise you a 3.
Why not? With WJ, I thought he was going to launch.
Nope.
No.
I think there was a leg that came across there on.
Yeah. On Suvanats.
Now they're fouling Semino.
Yeah. Kozlowskis is back in. Waters is going to come back in. Cutter and WJ going to take a seat there.
So WJ came in, probably gave a breather. Now we're getting some.
So that was
some
on
enforcers out there.
That was
so
on
that was
Kazantis.
yeah, Kazantis on the knee to Sovanon.
It was the knee strike.
So Kozlowskis back to Nick Waters.
Who's had the young man has had absolutely no luck shooting the ball today.
Which is surprising. He's usually a pretty good shot.
Yeah, we all have off days, but you know what they say.
Oh, so stripped by
Shooter-
Ramos right there.
Shooter's got to shoot, you know?
You got to shoot.
Yeah.
So Wallace to Semino.
Travel. He walked. He knew it too.
Yep.
He was like, please don't call me on that.
Little kind of head fake on the shot, tried to come inside and just started taking too many steps with not enough dribbles.
What are Jim and Natasha feeding these boys? These kids are
Bananas.
they're
I don't know.
intense. Bull, I mean, whether it's Colby or Mason.
Only spicy chili. So they're going to get Lamont with their reach.
Here's my little girl.
Look at what I texted you.
Honey, I'm doing a ball game.
So Semino sinks the first
Hold on.
shot. So on the 1-1, here comes the second shot for Semino. Off the rim, rebound is caught by Kozlowskis, who's able to feed it out to Colby Mills. Colby Mills takes it across half court, passes across to Aiden Cutter, who comes underneath back to Colby Mills, who puts it up just a little too far underneath off the side of the backboard, but he is going to get fouled by Wallace. And Colby will have a 1-1 from the free throw line. So Mills hits both shots, takes Griswold up to 50, Brooklyn 44. Semino coming across half court. Wallace coming to his left. Kazantzis at the top, passes it down to Sorrell, who misses. Rebound by Ramus, who gets the ball taken right out of his hands but knocked out of bounds, so it will remain Brooklyn ball. Wallace from three-point land misses. Ramus comes down with the rebound, feeds it out to Kazantzis up at the top. Driving underneath, back to Ramos underneath, and it's stolen by Kozlowskis, who feeds it up to Nick Waters. Passes it to Colby Mills. Goes up for two and hits it. So we are at the 2-minute mark in the ball game. Score is Griswold 52, Brooklyn 44. Semino tried to get it over to Ramos, but Nick Waters came in, stole it. He's going to bring it back across half court himself, feed it down to Lamont down in the corner. He's up for three, and he hits it. And we've got the timeout on the court. 1:44 remaining to play in the ball game. Griswold 55, Brooklyn 44.
See, I mean, is it kind of funny that I get a phone call and sometimes I got to just bolt?
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Phone calls from family members, HDMI cables that go bad, or ice cream trucks.
Or ice cream trucks. Yes. Or your little daughters, when your daughters call, you
answer it.
You answer
That's
the phone.
what dads do.
You know what? I'll tell you something. I love doing these games and stuff like that, and this is my job. And I love all these kids, that play and everything. But if my daughter calls, just like I would expect, I'm taking the call.
Yeah.
I'm not Marv Albert, Yes.
See, that's the difference between dads and daughters. You answer the call. Dads and sons, ignore.
Yeah. If my son Nick called, I'd be like, yeah, all right. He'd be like, why did you answer? Dude, I'm busy.
So Kazantzis brings it down for Brooklyn. Passes all the way across. Tried to get it to Wallace. It's intercepted by Lamont. Lamont's going in for his shot. Misses.
Kind of opened it up.
All over on him. So there's Kazantzis coming in, puts the ball up for Brooklyn, and he hits it for two.
Is that his first two?
That might be his first two.
It's his first two. He's got 17.
So Nick Waters to Aiden Cutter overneath, who passes it across to Aiden Lamont, who puts it up for three. No!
Good night, Miss Calabash, wherever you are.
The governor with another three. So that's Breer Jones putting it up.
Braden Breer Jones.
Misses to the left, goes out of bounds. Griswold ball, 56 seconds left to play in the ball game.
Yeah. I think that last 3-point bucket there by Lamont, that was
that was kind of the icing.
Yeah.
So Cutter tried to get over to Mills. They tried to go back underneath in the middle, but it was stolen by Semino, who brings it all the way down, and he's fouled underneath. I think that was Nick. Did they give it to Nick? No. Who'd they give it to? Two?
Is it Colby Mills?
Colby Mills?
Wow. That's 3. You know, I mean, why are they fouling at this point? Just let them go. I mean, you got 40 seconds. They're down by 12.
Right.
Just, you know, no fouls. No fouls. I mean, I understand being aggressive and all that stuff, but it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah. Why give them a free opportunity to put points on the
Yeah,
board?
just stay back. Just stay back right now. I mean, we've got 35 seconds to go. You know, see, silly foul.
So there's Lamont with a
Yeah.
little knee check. That's his third.
That's 3rd on Lamont. It's 3 on Lamont.
Which does surprise. He is an aggressive player right there.
Peyton Wallace.
So Wallace hits the first one. Here comes Oconee in for Kozlauskas.
I don't understand why, you know, Grizzle's just not playing back, you know. Gets them both.
So Wallace hits both his shots.
Just get it over the timeline. Throw it around. Let them foul you if that's what they want to do.
Right.
They got a 10-point
That's what they
lead.
were doing. So there's
WJ
with a shot. Just kind of dribbled over the rim.
Yeah.
No good.
You hear Coach Hanley, no fouls, no fouls.
Right.
You know, just let them play it out now. Who was
So
that?
Semino put it up.
That was 7-0, okay.
So really, Brooklyn's won. Oh, there's a push.
That's a blatant
foul right
Yeah,
there.
that's a personal foul.
Oh. Uncalled for by Kazantis.
You push too much. Yeah, and he got immediately sat down by his coach.
Good job on the coach to immediately get Kazantis down to the bench, cool off a little bit, kind of explaining what happened. Understand.
So it's going to be a tactical. So they're going to get 2 shots and the ball.
Right. So I understand being competitive. I understand your frustration, but sometimes you just, you know.
You know, and a 13, 14-year-old, that's tough, you know, to keep it in check.
But that's one of the things sports teaches you, and I think excellent job right there to the Brooklyn coach to immediately get Kazantis off the court.
Absolutely.
Cool off, and he immediately bent down and talked to him and gave him a little pat on the knee. I think Kazantis knows he kind of gave a head shake. He knows what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And Waters hit both his shots on the technical. And now it'll be Griswold's ball to bring it back in. 3.4 seconds left to play to score. 10 points separate the two
They're
teams.
going to stay back. You know, see that they're going to stay back. They're going to let them inbound the ball, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to get it across midcourt.
No. That's the ball
And
game.
that's the ball game. Your final score, Griswold 60, Brooklyn 50. So Griswold goes 2-0. And they're keeping it very even. Their first game 40-30, this game 60-50.
They put some points up on the board. They were bombing threes at the beginning of the game. I'm thinking, why are you shooting a lot of threes? And then it looked like Coach Bill Hanley said, let's slow it down to bring it back. Let's play a little bit more fundamental basketball.
Right.
And they started doing a little give and go, and it was a little bit. And I think it confused Brooklyn, to be honest with you.
They were like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, you guys are throwing bombs at us, and now you're throwing them down underneath.
With like depth and touch, able to get them down in there.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, some of these kids, there's some players here, man. There's some ballers out there. And you can tell, you know, at this age, you know, where are they going to be in a few years? You know, where are they going to go?
Across the parking lot.
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
Let's
right.
hope.
That's our goal.
I mean, I think you got a good shot at Noah Suvanant's going on over because, you know, of his brother Jeff is a junior. So Noah.
Caden will go over.
Yeah. What about Colby Mills? That's up in the air, isn't it?
If you listen to the rumors out in town, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
we will find out at some point. Not now.
Not
we don't
now.
Need to know now.
Griswold Middle School. Hey, they're getting it done right here on our courts. Their next game actually is at Thompson on Monday the 13th.
Which one? Griswold?
Griswold.
We're talking the middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be our next game too, to be honest with you. Because I don't have our broadcast schedule right now. Because what we are doing is we have gone ahead and we have dedicated ourselves to carrying away games
Mm-hmm.
because fans aren't going to be able to make it because of now it's going to be a little bit different when it comes to high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a little bit different. So they're going to allow a little bit more.
It is like
leniency.
limited fans or something. There's some term that they're using.
I want to take a look here and see. I'm trying to look it up real quick. Thank God they changed the CIAC site to these little pop-ups here, so it makes it a lot easier to find.
Page navigation. Sounds simple, not so simple.
All right, so as far as Griswold is concerned, let's take a look where we are going to be. Today is what, the 8th, 9th? I don't know.
It is the 9th.
Don't ask me. I don't know. All right, so wait a minute. That's I'm on the whole wrong thing here. I'm doing all. Let's do boys basketball. So our next game. Today's the 9th, right?
Yep.
All right. So our first boys away game looks like is Killingly on December 18th.
That's the high school.
That's the high school. So right now it looks like the middle school will be our second game. Hopefully we'll be able to get access to Thompson Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so there's that. So let me look. I want to look at the girls' schedule as far as the high school is concerned. Because we are doing the away game. So it looks like excuse me. It's like the 14th at Lyman.
Ooh.
So it looks like that's going to be our next game, 14th at Lyman, and then Killingly. So,
yeah, lots of basketball headed your way.
Yeah. So all we ask you to do is keep it on SNSN so we can go ahead and keep you abreast of what's going on as far as what games. We'll have it posted as well. But as they say in the old school, check your local listings because the last thing that I want to see happen is people go, "Oh, I didn't know." If it doesn't come up in your Facebook feed, then go to our page. Type in SNSN and go to it because I'll be honest, people just scroll, and they do. And if it doesn't come up in the news feed, then it didn't happen at all. So actually go to our, you can go to snsnradio.com. You can go to our Facebook page or even our news site, which is SNSN News on Facebook. So anyway.
So streaming news and sports network news, SNSN News.
Yeah, SNSN News. So, John, thank you. This is our first game as doing basketball together.
It is our first game doing basketball.
I think we kind of tripped along pretty good.
I think, yeah, we we got ourselves through it, I believe. Pretty good.
I think we did too. 60-50 the score.
Yeah.
We will see you for Lyman, Griswold Lyman girls basketball coming up next week. But John, thanks, man.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
It was fun.
We will see you once again next week. Keep it right here. It's SNSN. Have yourself a great week, everybody. And happy holidays. I'm not going to sing.